Imagine the All Blacks midfield supercharged by a fresh, explosive force. That's exactly what's brewing right now. And if you've been watching closely, you'll know the name Billy Proctor is getting harder and harder to ignore. He's not just another promising young centre coming through the ranks, he's ticking every box that modern rugby demands from a player in his position. Speed, size and defensive reliability. And an attacking game that's starting to open up matches in ways defenders dread. The journey to this point has been shaped by years of hard work, key moments in his career and a growing body of performances that are pushing him into conversations about the future of the All Blacks midfield. Billy Proctor's story begins in Wellington, New Zealand, where rugby isn't just a sport, it's woven into the fabric of the city. Born on 14th of May 1999, he grew up in a family where the game was part of daily life. His older brother Matt Proctor had also made his mark in professional rugby, including playing for the All Blacks, and that family influence helped set Billy on his own path. Standing at 1.87 metres tall and weighing around 96 kilograms, he's got the physical profile every coach dreams of for a centre. Tall enough to compete aerially and carry his presence in the midfield, yet light enough on his feet to change direction and create space when it matters. As a teenager, Proctor was already turning heads. By 2017, he was pulling on the Wellington jersey in New Zealand's domestic provincial championship. It didn't take long before his performances started to attract the attention of Super Rugby selectors, and in 2019, the Hurricanes gave him his first shot. The debut season was a steep learning curve, coming up against seasoned internationals week in, week out, but it also showed glimpses of his potential. What stood out wasn't just his ability to hit gaps or make big tackles, but the maturity he brought to his game so early in his career. That maturity convinced the Hurricanes to invest in him for the long haul. In 2024, they secured his services through to 2027, a significant commitment in professional rugby. It's rare for a player in his mid-20s to lock in a contract that long, unless the club sees something special. And for Billy, it means stability, time to refine his skills, build combinations with his teammates, and position himself for regular selection in the All Blacks squad. Then came the breakthrough every New Zealand player dreams of, an All Blacks debut. July 2024, San Diego, a test match against Fiji. Proctor pulls on the black jersey for the first time, and it doesn't take him long to make an impact. Midway through the match, he crosses the line for a try, announcing himself on the international stage in style. Scoring on debut isn't just a confidence boost. It's a message to coaches, fans and opponents alike that he belongs at this level. By the end of 2024, he had 4 test caps, 2 tries and 10 international points to his name, all earned in matches where he just didn't blend into the background but actively influenced play. But rugby careers are never a straight upward climb. In early 2025, Proctor faced one of the toughest challenges yet, a significant Achilles injury. For any professional athlete, especially one who relies on explosive speed and agility, that kind of setback can be mentally and physically draining. Weeks on the sideline, hours of rehab, the frustration of watching your team from the stands, it's the kind of period that tests a player's resilience. For Billy, it became another defining chapter. By the time he returned to the Super Rugby later in the season, he wasn't just back, he was performing at a level that suggested the time away had only sharpened his focus. That return made a statement. Slotting straight back into the Hurricanes midfield, he played a key role in their push towards the playoffs. His defensive reads were sharp, his tackling relentless, and on attack, he was finding space and timing his runs in ways that unsettled opposition backlines. When you're coming back from injury, it's easy to play within yourself, to hold back a little to protect the body, but Proctor didn't do that. He played with the same intent and commitment that got him noticed in the first place. So why is he getting so much attention as a possible long-term All Blacks midfielder? For one, his physical attributes give him the versatility. He's big enough to handle the heavy traffic that comes with the 12 jersey and quick enough to exploit space at 13. His defensive game is disciplined. He doesn't look to shoot out of line recklessly, but he's capable of making dominant hits when the opportunity's there. In attack, he combines strong ball carrying with the ability to put teammates into space, an essential skill in the All Blacks fast-moving support heavy style. Fans have taken notice too. Online forums and rugby communities have lit up with the praise for his performances, with comments like "fits the mould for the All Blacks at 13." and predictions that he and fellow Hurricane Riley Higgins could form a midfield partnership that redefines the way New Zealand rugby attacks. That kind of talk isn't just hype, it's based on the consistency he's shown in the key moments. He's not the type of player who needs to rack up flashy highlight reel plays every game. Instead, he does the hard, unglamorous work, covers tackles, straightening the line, securing the ball in contact that wins matches. Of course, every player has areas to improve on. While his defensive and carrying game is strong, continue to work on his kicking options, and decision-making under extreme pressure will help elevate him further. International rugby moves at a pace where half a second can be the difference between breaking the line and turning over possession. That's where experience comes in, and every test he plays will add to his rugby IQ. Looking ahead, the timing couldn't be better for Proctor. With the Hurricanes contract through to 2027, he has a clear runway to develop without any uncertainty of short-term deals. In the All Blacks environment, midfield competition is fierce, with seasoned players and rising stars all jostling for positions. But that's exactly where Proctor thrives, when the stakes are high and every performance matters. If he keeps this trajectory, we could be talking about him not just as a squad member, but as a first-choice selection in major tournaments. And there's another layer here too. The modern All Black midfield isn't just about raw power or line-breaking runs. It's about adaptability. Centres are expected to defend like back rowers, distribute like fly halves, and attack like wingers. Proctor's skill set fits that hybrid model. He can truck the ball up in the middle when needed, but he can also step into a playmaker role when the situation calls for it. That versatility gives coaches options, and in international rugby, options are gold. The next couple of seasons will be critical. Staying injury-free, maintaining form in Super Rugby, and delivering consistent performances at test level will determine how big a role he plays in the All Blacks' future. Given his track record of bouncing back from setbacks and his steady upward climb, it's hard to bet against him. The blend of size, skill, and composure he brings is rare, and when you add in the work ethic that's been evident since his teenage years, you get a player who has all the tools to succeed at the highest level. When you watch Billy Proctor play, you notice the small things. How he positions himself on defence to cut off passing lanes, how he times his support runs to give the ball carrier options, how he communicates constantly with his inside and outside men. These aren't flashy elements, but they're the foundations of world-class centre. And in the All Black setup, where the margins are razor thin, those foundations matter just as much as the highlight moments. From a young Wellington kid with big dreams to a Super Rugby regular, and now an All Black with tries on the board, every step has been earned. And if his recent form is anything to go by, we're only seeing the beginning. Ever wanted to create your own rugby highlights channel just like this one? With my course, the YouTube Creator Toolkit, I show you exactly how I do it, from the tools I use to the templates I built. You get everything. Just copy, paste, and start creating. Learn how to grow your channel, keep viewers hooked, and turn views into income. Click the link in the description below to learn more and start your channel today. Now back to the video. Billy Proctor isn't just a good story. He might be the next midfield mainstay for New Zealand. Keep an eye on him, because this ride is only picking up speed. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more rugby stories that bring you closer to the game that we all love. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time. Peace!